welcome to the inaugural year of the NFL on the Sega Sports Network. I'm Clark Dishman, and for the next 25 weeks, we'll be bringing you all the action, from exhibition all the way to the Super Bowl. As we roll the calendar over to the Big 2000, people around the world are raising questions about what the next millennium will have in store. We also have some questions about the year 2000 and how exactly it will impact the NFL. Will the champs come back to win yet another Super Bowl? Or will they be dethroned along the way? Will it be an era of offense? Or will the crushing defense of yesteryear return? Will even more records fall? Or will some forever withstand the test of time? These are some of the questions we hope to answer along the way, in a game where millions of viewers.
Hey, what's up everybody? Justin here to review you a classic from the North American launch of the Sega Dreamcast, Sega's NFL 2K, the beginning of a brief but very memorable series that once rivaled Madden to the point that EA got the exclusive rights to the NFL after losing to the 2K5 edition. So if anything, going back to the Sega Genesis days in North America, if anything helped establish that particular console, it was certainly its collection of high quality and enjoyable sports games, let's say going back to, Joe Montana. And since Sega couldn't get a deal with EA to release their games for the Dreamcast, Sega acquired a company called Visual Concepts to create NFL 2K. And not only was it the beginning of this respective series, but its other internal sports titles such as NBA 2K and some others. So let's get ready and take a look at the beginning of a great game, and I'll tell you what, it still holds the test of time. So putting the 2K in an NFL 2K, you pretty much play the rosters of the 1999-2000 NFL season. So Steve Young will still be the quarterback of the 49ers, and Tom Brady, he still wouldn't be drafted until the following season. So if you're nostalgic for this era of football, then this is pretty much as any good as a reason to pick up this game. You have the option to play just a simple exhibition game, or just a playoff season, or you can play a whole season where you can play all the way to the Super Bowl if you do well enough. So you get the full enjoyment of what you can call, the beginning of a true NFL simulator, but I might be wrong. If you're coming into this game as a football fan, or having played some of the more modern Madden games, which I have little to no familiarity with, then I think you'll come into this with an understanding like it's second nature. I say if you're someone who has little to no familiarity with gridiron football, I say the presentation of this game is enough to allow you to get familiar with the rules and how the strategies you can choose from in the menus between plays aren't very easy to figure out despite how complex they look. So between plays, you're given a certain amount of time to choose your next strategy, but each game will give you enough time in its entirety to try them all out and see what works. The passing game is pretty much easy to master in my opinion, and once you master it, but doing the running plays gives a more authentic challenge. The general rules of football more or less apply to this game. You must pass the ball more than 10 yards within 3 or 4 tries. And once you make it to the 4th down, you're free to attempt to get past the 10-yard line again, or punt it to the other team. The blue line will indicate the line of scrimmage, while the yellow line will indicate what you have to pass in order to make it to your next first down. The controls I found to be very simple. While the DC controller has its fair share of criticisms, I felt the controller suited this game very well. When you're controlling your quarterback, you can use the face buttons to pass it to whoever based on a play of your choosing. And once you pass the ball to a wide receiver or running back, you can just jump over opposing players or try to push them off. And once you're approaching the end zone, if you feel desperate you can make a jump for it, then go for it. In many instances, the player who makes a touchdown will do some showboating to add some humor and realism. And when you're a defender, all you need is X to tackle whoever has the ball. In some instances, fumbles and interceptions can happen, like in real-life football, so be careful. Appropriately, the game will have penalties such as pass interference. The graphics may not be the best compared to what you'll see on, let's say, the PS5, but for its time, they were considered to be top-notch to the point that older folks would swear that they were watching an actual game. However, the presentation and animation being so smooth, not only does it feel timely in a good way, but also has a unique sense of still holding up, especially when you play it on a VGA monitor where it really looks enhanced. The overhead rear view makes the game very easy to control whether you're on offense or defense, and you can keep track of most of your players or whoever you have focused on to control. And whenever a cool play is made, the replay does an excellent job of giving it the angles to make it realistic and exciting. The opening theme feels very appropriate to a football game like you're watching Monday Night Football, if that's still a thing. It relies on brass instruments that are in your face and pumps you up. And the commentary is also very excellent. When I heard the commentators, I could have sworn that they were real-life sports commentators based on the quality of their presentations and the authority they put into explaining the plays in football. Later, I learned that they were just actors, and I'll admit that that was some damn good voice acting for a video game, despite just being a sports one. The main criticism I have for NFL 2K is that when you save this game, you better get yourself a separate VMU for this because it'll literally take up the whole damn thing. And this applies for the other sports releases by Sega as well. However, when you play multiplayer, you can actually choose your plays on the VMU so your opponent won't know what you're up to. So I thought that was a very neat feature to include for something so early in this lifespan of the console. I do agree that this game does hold up, but I have talked to other NFL 2K enthusiasts that have played modern Madden games, and they say that NFL 2K is still superior to the modern Madden games. I haven't played a Madden game since maybe the 16-bit days, so I can't really say for myself. But NFL 2K certainly does give me a new appreciation for football because prior to playing it, I was more loosely and casually into it if Monday Night Raw or Nitro weren't on, or during Thanksgiving. By playing this game, it allowed me to appreciate the nuances and the strategies that go into it. I don't know how much the American version goes these days, but as you could tell from my intro video, I played the Japanese version, and I tend to find the Japanese versions to cost around 110 yen, and I say I got more than my money's worth. I say for someone who is into sports games, let alone gridiron football, I feel that NFL 2K is worth a chance, and if possible, definitely play on a VGA monitor. And I think that after Sega lost the rights to EA, they should have gotten the XFL rights instead. So how about an XFL game instead this time?